819 Big 550 KTRS. Kimberly McKinney, one of the nicest people around, CEO of Habitat for Humanity, joins us here in studio. Good morning, Kimberly. Thanks for joining us.
Good morning. Thank you.
All right. Now, before we get started here, I've actually donated my time and effort to Habitat for Humanity in the past. Have I not?
You have. To Habitat for Humanity St. Louis, you actually served as the MC for our Hall of Fame event down at Busch Stadium back when we were still doing that event, 2011.
Yeah, and so we had a good working relationship all these years, right?
We have.
I've always had good thoughts about Habitat for Humanity.
Wonderful.
You guys do great work.
And they do great work. That is absolutely right. And then, lo and behold, I came across a situation where they're building a house for me, and I have this brand new carpet that the day I close on the house, I'm going to roll it up and put down hardwood floors. So Greg from Boardwalk Hardwood Floors says, what are you going to do with the new carpet? And I said, what should I do? He says, call Habitat for Humanity. I said, perfect. I called Habitat for Humanity, and they said, thank you, we don't want your carpet. Now, what happened?
Okay, a couple of things, and this is very commonly misunderstood about Habitat for Humanity. First of all, there are separate Habitat for Humanity affiliates all over the United States, about 1,500 habitats. So I am CEO of Habitat for Humanity St. Louis, and we serve river to river, Habitat St. Louis County, Habitat for Humanity St. Louis City. So initially you called our office, and because of where your new home is being built is outside of our service zip code, you were referred to the Habitat for Humanity in St. Peters.
That is exactly right. So at first, because I did not know one or the other or whatever, so I just called, went to my phone, looked for Habitat for Humanity, hit, call, and the lady was very nice and said, we don't travel to Cottleville, which didn't make any sense to me, and she said, call our St. Peter's office.
Right. So that's a separate Habitat for Humanity affiliate. And in their defense, because I don't run that Habitat for Humanity, so I can't really speak to this, but what restores, which is the building home improvement, building materials feature of Habitat for Humanities, what restores can take can vary very much from affiliate to affiliate and even from store to store. As an example, McGraw, we have a store in Forest Park in the city of St. Louis, as well as one that we just opened this summer in Des Peres. Habitat for Humanity Forest Park can take used upholstered furniture as long as it's in good shape, but at Des Peres, because of local ordinance, we can't. So in defense, and again, I'm not going to speak to that because I don't run that affiliate,
right.
There may have been something along those lines. Perfect example is right now, because of federal laws, all Habitat for Humanity restores are having to pull the faucets, dishwashers, and things like that from their floor because a new federal law just passed about lead abatement and not having lead. And so we actually spent some time just in the past couple of weeks removing faucets from the sinks that were on our showroom floor.
Okay, back up a second. You're telling me that in the Restore, which is a wonderful resource, they're redoing old houses. They take everything that should go to a landfill or used to go to a landfill and now putting it on display so home improvement people who want to add a little character back to their house can go to the Restore on, where is that? That's on Forest Park Parkway.
There's one. We have one on Forest Park, and then we also have one in Des Peres at 270 in Manchester.
And you've got doors and windows and you name it, light fixtures.
Appliances, washers, dryers, home improvement lamps, those sorts of things. But a lot of times what your Restore can take is going to vary based on either local city ordinance or the case with the sink faucets that are used. That's a new federal law. But
right.
As an example, locally, we can have things at the Forest Park Restore that we can't have at the Des Peres Restore.
Okay, go back. So furniture, say that again. What can't
we
you
can
have?
In Forest Park, we can have upholstered furniture as long as it's in good condition. It can have been used.
Right.
But because of some zoning codes in Des Peres that we actually had to go through a variance process to even open the store there, we cannot have used upholstered furniture in that store because it violates their zoning code, their local ordinance.
So in Des Peres, there's a zoning code that says you're not allowed to donate cloth upholstered furniture?
Correct.
Does that seem a little ridiculous?
I mean, we found a way to work around it. We think there is a benefit of having a Restore there. The population so far has been very kind to us with donations. So from a standpoint, it's helping to give inventory to the two stores. So, I think it's a matter of finding a way to work around it. We're not happy right now about not being able to carry faucets and dishwashers and water heaters, and I'm leaving one out. But, sometimes you just have to work with the hand you're dealt.
Right.
Okay, so in the case of McGraw's carpeting, where did you want to?
I guess I called St. Peter's,
okay.
And the St. Peter's Habitat for Humanity said, thank you, we can't take used carpet, even though it's never been used.
Right. And I understand that, and we would happily take it at either Des Peres or Forest Park. And again, in their defense, I don't run that that Habitat for Humanity affiliate. So there may be some special reason that they couldn't take it. I wanted to provide examples of how we have to differentiate between two restores, one in St. Louis County and one in St. Louis City. But again, can't speak to St. Peter's. That's a separate habitat for me.
It's really interesting that you can't, in the DePere, donate upholstered furniture. I mean, where do college kids going to go to get their furniture?
Well, most of the college kids are in the city anyway, so they can come to Forest Park. And we'll be right across the street from IKEA, so it'll be a perfect place for them to shop.
Okay, so I got rid of the carpet. Some I donated to a great cause or whatever it was. But I mean, I apologize, but it just for the local person who's trying to do good, right? Who wants to take the extra step to sort of help donate and help the cause. Not that I was looking for anything other than just to, help somebody down the line. It's pretty frustrating. You can understand, pretty frustrating for people who are like, wait a minute, here's a perfectly good carpet. Or a perfectly good sofa that I can't donate because of some ridiculous regulation.
Yeah, I get that, and it is frustrating. And I think part of the misunderstanding is understanding that it's Habitat for Humanity affiliates have certain philosophies they agree on, home ownership, sweat equity, those sort of things, but we all operate very independently. I think the best resource for general public to avoid this frustration is visit websites. Our website, which is habitatstl.org, has a great list of what we take, what we don't take, and even some of the whys. So it's sort of the one place that folks can go to and really get that information turnkey, easily, and also find out more about how their donation to the Restore is helping to serve more families in the St. Louis community.
Yeah, talk about that for a second, because all that money gets then funneled back into Habitat for Humanity.
It does. So the Restores operate as a retail facility, as you share, with the home improvement centers. For us, we have the Restore operate sort of independently, so it pays all of its own bills. It pays, the salaries of the Restore employees, a portion of the mortgage of the building we own in Forest Park, all of those sorts of things, and then whatever's left at the end, the net proceeds from the sales comes back to the mission of Habitat. So our overall goal eventually, now that we have the two stores, is that between Restore DePere and Restore Forest Park, they will cover 100% of all of our administrative and overhead costs. So that if somebody writes a check to us or attends an event like the Hall of Fame event, which we don't do anymore, but attends any event we do, that all of that money goes towards serving families. So this year we're going to be building houses in St. Louis in the Carondelet community, Tiffany. We're doing rehabs in West, North, and South County, so we're a little spread out. Finishing up some houses in Old North St. Louis, and then may have a presence again in University City as well as Spanish Lake in the county. So for us, it really is about giving our home buyers options of communities to live in both the city and the county.
And what about sweat equity? What's the philosophy there?
Sweat equity, it's the concept that for our home buyers, it's a hand up and not a handout. So for each applicant, they are required to do 350 hours of sweat equity. So married couple, 700 hours. It is on the construction of their home or the home of others, the rehab of their home or the home of others, but it's also in life skill classes. So part of their sweat equity requirements is taking classes on financial fitness, home maintenance, how to form a block unit if there's not one, how to be a good member of a block unit if there is one, just a real gamut of information for the home buyers to teach them life skills to not just be a home buyer, but to be a successful home buyer.
How many years has Habitat St. Louis been doing this, and how many homes and how many families have you helped?
27 years. We'll hit 350 houses this year and about 1,500 parents and children. And that's, I think, where the real success in Habitat lives, is in the lives of our families and in hearing them come back and talk about what a difference it made for them when they had stability in their lives. So, you know, when mom or dad or mom and dad aren't having to worry about where they're going to live next week, next month, next year, they can go back to school, they can finish their education, because that's another thing is our home buyers are all really working hard people. They have at least one job, sometimes two. They're pursuing their education, and this is, you know, just the stability that they need to get them back on our feet. Most of our families that we work with are first-time homeowners, and most are also first-generational home buyers. So it's breaking that cycle of, you know, not really having the stability of owning your own home.
I know that you guys build these homes like right in the middle of a summer. And do you need volunteers? Do you always need volunteers?
We do, and actually, Kelly, in the past couple of years, we've transitioned to becoming a year-round builder. So now we're not just building them in the middle of the summer, we're building them in the middle of the winter, and this has been one. We actually have homes right now under construction in Old North St. Louis that are supposed to close during this first quarter of 2014. So we, about the same time, we decided to change our business model from building just in one community to building all over the St. Louis City and County areas and having, a smaller presence in multiple communities. We also decided to start building year-round. So folks can also visit our website to find out orientation dates. That's the best way to get plugged in to either volunteering on the build site, volunteering in the Reese stores, because we take volunteers there as well, or on a committee.
If I would have rolled up the carpet and dropped it off at the city restore, you would have taken it.
We would have said a big old thank you, and it would have probably gotten sold that same day.
Really?
Yeah, the Habitat Forest Park restore is really incredible in that it has it's been around long enough that it has this real base of customers who visit it on a regular basis. They know the staff who work there by name.
And regular, good, safe carpet goes like hotcakes.
It would have gone.
It's so sad. It's so sad that this carpet was not, whatever. Anyway. All right, Kimberly McKinney, first of all, 1,000 thank yous for coming in and straightening us out.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.
You got it. And continue great work, Habitat for Humanity, St. Louis.
Thank you.
And what's the website and where are the two stores?
HabitatSTL.org, and the two stores are at 3763 Forest Park Avenue, and then at 270 in Manchester, just directly behind the Sam's Club there at 270 in Manchester in De Pere.
Kimberly McKinney, thanks for coming in.
Thank you, McGraw.
Drive safe. 8:30, Big 550.